Good morning, everyone. This is Dale Martin from Splendora ISD. Welcome back for a tech tip moment. We're going to talk a little bit about Google Docs today, accessing, creating, editing, and printing. There's several kinds of Google documents. There's docs, sheets, slides, drawings, and forms. We'll use basic Google Docs today to get you started and talk about the different types of Google documents. Many of these steps are similar for the different types of documents. So if you learn these basic tasks, you're going to be well on your way to being able to create presentations, build spreadsheets, create forms, drawings, etc. because so many of these tasks overlap. Okay, so to get into Google Drive, we can do that a couple of different ways. I could type in HTTPS uh, colon / drive.google.com, and that would take me to my Google Drive. Or if I'm in my Gmail or something like that, I can also get there just by clicking on this apps launcher button right here, and that will open up whatever tools you have. And so if we're looking for Google Drive, we can certainly click right there. So since we're already in Google Drive, the next thing we're going to do is click on the create button. And today, as I said before, we're going to work on documents. So we'll click on document. And the first thing we want to do is to change the title of our document. You see here it's untitled, and lots of folks make the mistake they forget to change the document, so they have 24 untitled documents down at the bottom of their Google Drive, and they don't know what is what. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change that, and today we're just going to call this test demo document, and we can click right there. And now we've renamed that. You'll notice over here that it says all changes saved in Drive. So every change that you make is automatically saved. So one of the great features of Google Drive is that it automatically updates. This looks a lot like maybe a Word document that we're used to. We have tabs across the top to help us do different things, and then we have lots of buttons on the toolbar here so that we can format and edit accordingly. A couple things we want to do to get started. Maybe you want to insert an image, so we could click on insert, we could click on image, and we're taken to a menu now where it's going to ask us where do we want to get that image from. If we want to get it from our computer, we can click here. If we have a URL address for the image, we can click here. We may have some albums saved up. We may have images in our Google Drive, or we may want to go out and search. So if we click on search, it's going to ask us, pop up a search bar and ask us what it is that we are looking for. So very easy to add images. Another option is if you have two windows open at the same time and you are surfing the web, you can literally drag an image over into your Word document. For example, I'll see if I can if we can make that happen here. Let's type in cars, and we'll type in images, and see if I can make this work. And so what I've done here is broken this out into two different windows, and if I click on this one, I should be able to just drag it right into my document. So you see how quick that works out. Pretty nifty feature to just be able to drop and drag a document or an image. So we're gonna try to get rid of that, all we have to do is left click, then we right click, and we'll cut that out of there. And so now we're back to a blank image. If you wanted to add a table, it's very simple. We just click here, insert table, and then we just click on the size of the table that we want to add. And so now we can format and fill out our table. And so this might be names, and this might be roles, and we could fill that out accordingly. If you want to add links to your Google Documents, that's pretty easy as well. It's just a matter of insert and then link, and you will get a text box that will appear, and you can put in your hypertext here and the actual text that you would like to write here. So for example, maybe I want to put the home page for my school district, and that would be, and so now by clicking on that hyperlink, it would load that address and should take us over to that page. It's moving a little slow this morning. We'll come back to that after it loads up. We can change margins, we can change files size. If we go to, I think that's finally loaded now. We'll try that. There we go. And you see it's going to take us to splendorisd.org and takes us right to that link. Usually moves a little bit faster there. So let's go back to our test demo, and we'll click on File and Page Setup, and this allows you to manipulate portrait, landscape, and how you want your margin set. So we can change all those, or we can change back to a default. So pretty easily done. To print documents, we would go back to File, and we would click on Print, and Google will automatically load a PDF version of our document, and then it will give us some options. Slow this morning. Here we go. Trying to get somewhere. And so at this point, we're still loading the preview, but at this point we would have the option of printing our document, changing the location that it's printed at, how many copies. Again, we could change the portrait or landscape layout, and then when we were satisfied, we can just click print. Alright, and I'm not going to wait for that to load up. I'm going to go ahead and move on to some other features. So if you see I clicked out of the document, but it's saved in my drive, so I can go back and click on it, and we should get our table back, our empty table. So that's all we had on our document. Now if I wanted to share this with someone, I could click on the share button over here, and then type in that person's email address in this field, and then we we can manipulate. Do we want that person to be able to edit the form, just give us feedback about the form, or maybe that we just want them to view the form? So that's a nice feature where folks can work on documents at the same time. So that's about it for Google Documents, spreadsheets, and forms, as well as presentations. It works very similar. The toolbar is very similar across the top. One neat feature button that I will show you that I think is pretty good, if you do a lot of cutting and pasting from the web into your documents, you can highlight text and press this button right here, which clears all the formatting, so it will take it back to its very basic text. So if I click on that button, and you'll see what happens here, it takes the, oh, it didn't take the link out. Usually I would have thought it would have taken the link out of that. Let me try to show you. So if I make this bold and italics, and I change the color, let's say, and so now if I click on that and I remove the formatting, you see it takes it back to its most basic form of text. So sometimes that's a very helpful feature if you're doing lots of cuts and pastes from different places. So I hope this helps. Stay tuned for other videos on Google Sheets and Google Forms. If you have any questions, you can ask your teacher, or you can certainly email me at dmartin@splendoraisd.org. Hope you've enjoyed this video and hope it helps as far as creating documents in Google Drive. Thank you.